Howdy ho, people. Welcome to grouper season 2022. We had an actually good opener. Miss Beth actually shot a fish, and we actually found fish on opening day, so that was a good thing. That was a plus. It was a little choppy, but other than that, it was pretty good. So the start of this season, I still don't have an engine for my boat. It's been like a year and a half almost. Still waiting on it. So sooner or later, maybe I'll get one and I'll be able to dive off my own boat. But until then, we're having fun on the Mega Cat. So, grouper today were pretty plentiful after we finally found them, as you will see. So sit back, enjoy the ride, people.
You want to roll first or you want me to roll first? Me first?
No, you went right into it, right behind the boat.
Okay. Generally, this is something you do not want to see when you get to the bottom. No ledge. Unfortunately, I got to the bottom and look around, no ledge. Means we're in for a long swim. And oh well, there's a ledge around here somewhere. Look, here it is. About 8 minutes later. And you can see here, Brother Combs has already got us started for the season. He's got us a little scamp. Way to go, Combs. So even though this is a grouper opener, I haven't shot any fish yet either. I really wanted Beth to try to get a fish to this dive because she didn't shoot I don't think she shot any fish last year. Maybe a hogfish, I can't remember. But she didn't shoot any grouper, I know. And I really wanted her to shoot these fish here, but they're kind of skittish. So, and she was kind of out of position. So I decided to go ahead and pop one myself. Unfortunately, the one I actually shot was the one that she probably could have shot because it didn't move. Bam, man. Stoned it. Check that out. Unfortunately, that shaft's not coming out anytime soon, but hey, I got the fish. That's what matters. So it's early in the season, man. This is the first dive for I think Combs is his first dive. Beth is definitely her first dive. And, you do things that you wouldn't normally do. Forget to check your air, forget to turn the air on, forget to turn the safety on your gun, shooting little fish, you got to work the bugs out, right? Well, unfortunately, sometimes you do things that you should never do early in the season, first dive, like swim in front of somebody who's lining up to shoot a fish, like Combs is doing right here. Just completely barrels in and gets right in front of Beth, lining up to shoot this fish under this rock. Beth's like, "That was my fish, man. That was my fish." Yeah, there you go, Beth. There's your fish right there. It's on the end of Combs' shaft. Way to go, Combs. So I knew Beth was going to be none too happy about that. And you can tell when she looks up at me, look at the face. She's like, "Roar." That's a scowl right there. Yeah. He took my fish. I can see it right there. I can hear it. He took my fish. Look at him over there sending my fish up. So we talked about it in between dives, and Combs felt really bad. He did not mean to get in the way of Beth shooting that fish. So he's like, man, I'm all about let's get Beth down there and get her in front of a fish so she can shoot her first grouper. So what does he do? He tries to do the exact same thing again on the very first fish. If she had gotten that grouper, it would have been pretty nice. Rob actually ended up getting that grouper on his dive. He found it in a hole and shot it and brought it on board. And just so y'all know, I'm not being a hard on Beth. I'm just trying to get her to be a little bit more aggressive, right? Because gags are smart. You got to be on it. You can't hesitate, or you're not going to get one. And she just hasn't been hunting in a long time. It's not used to it.
Very cool. Okay. Roll.
Roll.
So this is the following weekend, and we wanted to go out and do a repeat, get some grouper, lobster, hogfish, pretty much everything you want to get. But unfortunately, The first dive, we did not see a single fish. Plenty of lobster. We almost limited out on lobster on the first dive, but no fish. This is an impressive grab right here, though, by Beth. Check it out. Snap. That was awesome. Long distance throw and catch. Unfortunately, it had eggs. I had to let it go, but the rest of them we got to not, so it wasn't too bad. So Beth wanted me to video these two little lobster here, or three, whatever they were, little babies, little baby lobster, or all you guys in Florida, I guess that would be big for y'all. Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. So this is a fine example of good teamwork. Look at this. There's two lobster there, two divers. Lobsters are confused. They don't know which way to go, crawling on top of each other, and they both end up going in the bag. That's right. This is actually the same lobster that Combs kind of forced in the hole back there, but Beth manages to get him to come out a little bit, enough for me to get to him. He was actually molting. He was like soft, spongy. We actually found the molt further up on the ledge, where he had probably just molted maybe a day or two before this, something like that. I don't know if they taste better or not, but they're a lot easier to catch. The first dive of the day, we didn't see any fish. The second dive was only remarkable in that it was unremarkable. So this is the third dive. Combs and I go down. You see that shadow right there in the middle? That is a big gag coming out from that hole. And as I'm coming down, I'm checking from left and checking to right, making sure he's not going to pop out either left or right. And I'm like, well, maybe he's still under there. So let's go and find out. I'm all excited, so I shoot the first thing that pops its head out, which is this scamp. I should have waited, because the only thing it did is bend my shaft, which I later found out, and stir up the fizz. I cut it out of the video, but a lot of time has passed right here while I'm trying to let that sediment settle down so I can see what's going on under there. So Combs actually finds the scamp that I shot further down the ledge with the shaft still sticking out of it. So he finishes it off and brings me my bent shaft. As you can see, you look up and see all the way from here, it's bent. But I am focused because I saw that big gag under here, and since I don't have a line gun, I decided I needed to power head it because I would never get it out free shafting if I didn't. So this fish starts coming alive right here, which I was surprised about, and I'm even more so worried because when I released the float, I noticed that it's got a hole in it. It's leaking air out of the corner, and I was skeptical whether it was going to make it all the way to the surface, especially with him starting to come alive. But I'd already sent it up, so there wasn't a whole lot I can do about it. And apparently, from what Fred tells me, it was thrashing a lot when it got to the surface. Even with the hole, I'm convinced the float is always the way to go because when I was on the surface, there's a shark swimming around trying to find it. But it was, of course, nowhere to be found because I sent it up on a float. So I didn't have to deal with the shark. I'm telling you, sending your fish up works every time. I fought off enough sharks in my day to not have to worry about that nonsense anymore, if I can help it.
Okay. Whoa! 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 Okay.
I was actually trying to get Combs to shoot a grouper that I saw over to the left, because they're grouper all over this ledge, man. I mean, they were everywhere. You don't necessarily see them, a lot of them, because I'm editing a lot of this stuff out for time reasons, but trust me, there's a lot of grouper everywhere. And, well, I mean, you don't look a hog in the mouth, you know what I'm saying? Hogfish, right in front of you, you shoot it. And there's another one, and you see him right there, and I commenced swimming like a bat out of Hades to try to catch this thing. And that's, of course, when the chaos ensued. I could just barely feel the end of the shaft as he swam underneath that ledge. And of course, look, there's that grouper I saw earlier, right there in the shaft. Can't shoot it. Lobster laughing at me. Oh well. Here is Mr. Sharkey. He was up there cruising around looking for that gag I shot earlier because he was thrashing around on surface. Sorry, buddy. Long gone.
Whoa, son!
It's a big old gag, man.
Hey,
Was that your scamp?
dude, y'all are diving this spot. I left it in the ledge for a reason. Y'all are back diving this spot. Well, first of all, you got to go get my hog.
Oh, is that what you shot at the end?
Oh yeah, dude, it's a big ass rascal. And so,
Well, that hog I shot was decent.
So this is actually Fred on the cleanup dive. I asked him to go down and try to snag my hog. I put the anchor as close as I could to where it was at because I didn't have a line gun. I had no way to actually pull that hog out. So Fred was kind enough to go down and retrieve it for me, as you'll see in a little bit. But on the way down, he saw this nice gag and, proceeded to shoot it. So a few minutes later, Fred, sure enough, comes across my the missing in action fish. There's my hog. Most responsible spear fishermen will try to go down and get an injured fish. We don't like wasting fish, so we don't like leaving injured fish on the bottom either. So if we can help it. So good job, Fred. Appreciate you cleaning up my slack. On both of these two trips that make up this video, almost all the action was on the last dive of the day. We did really well. We got a lot of scamps, a lot of gags, hogs. Unfortunately, I didn't get a whole lot of pictures of anybody else's fish, and that was not intentional because we shot a lot of nice fish over these two trips. But again, they were the last dive of the day, and sometimes it's that way. You just got to keep diving until you find the spot because it's all about the spot.